Hi, everyone. I've had a few requests for just reciting a script for how to cue a class in a vinyasa setting through a Sun B. And this script pertains particularly to the 200-hour teacher trainings that I lead. So understanding that many different traditions of yoga have their own Surya Namaskar A and Surya Namaskar B, or 1 and 2 variations. This being what I consider the traditional, probably based in Ashtanga, although I throw that out lightly because I've never been a full dedicated Ashtangi. So I'm just reading through what we lead our teachers into in the teacher trainings that I lead, and strictly speaking as a script for you to gain that kind of pacing and rhythm that it would take to effectively guide a vinyasa yoga class. So here we go. Begin at the top of your mat in Samastitihi, equal standing. Sit deep, inhale, arms high, Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift the chest, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, step or jump back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, step right leg forward, Virabhadrasana 1 or Warrior 1. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg steps forward, Warrior 1. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze to the top of your mat. Exhale, bend your knees, float or step, feet to hands. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, raise the arms high, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hands to heart center, Samastitihi. So as I mentioned, this is working through a more traditional form of the Surya Namaskar B. You might have noticed that there was no inhale, lift the leg high from downward facing dog before the exhale to step through low lunge. That is a technique or a style that has developed over time in the vinyasa style of yoga that's mostly practiced in the West. I feel that it's effective to practice that, but it's also effective to feel what it's like in your body to simply inhale, step forward, rise to Warrior 1. Take a full inhale breath to do that one big movement. Then exhale, step back, lower to Chaturanga Dandasana, and use one exhale for that movement. Oftentimes, we break this into several different breaths to movements. So just pay attention. There are many different ways to do it, many different ways to connect the breath to movement. And truly, you can make this your own style as the teacher. I will talk through it one more time so you can hear it. And try to say it with me. And you might have also noticed that I tend to blend the Sanskrit and the English. I feel that it changes for me based on the class that I'm teaching. Sometimes I say the Sanskrit word and there's no movement from the students, and then I can acknowledge that the Sanskrit word didn't have a meaning for them. And so in that case, I'll throw in the English. Some words and poses are just commonly known through the Sanskrit, and some words and poses are more commonly known as the English. So a balance between the two, at least in my humble teaching opinion, is the best. So once again, Surya Namaskar B. Starting at the top of your mat, Samastitihi, hands at heart center. Sink your hips low, inhale, arms high, Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, Lift the chest, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, step or jump back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, lift the heart through, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana or upward facing dog. Exhale, press hips back, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Inhale, step the right foot through, Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale, hands to mat, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, lift the heart through, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, press hips back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, left leg forward, Warrior 1. Exhale, step back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, bend knees, feet to hands. Inhale, lift the heart, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift the arms, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hands to heart, Samastitihi. So a couple other things to note. As we breathe, as we ask the students to inhale, it's most effective to give the pause that it would take to take that inhale breath or even take that inhale breath ourselves. As we cue the students to exhale, usually we're talking anyway, but make sure that we take that full exhale, creating a metronome-like pace and rhythm, very evenly paced throughout the class. I believe creates a very effective way of teaching and an effective way for students to be able to pick up what you're trying to teach. You also may have noticed that I did not throw in any cues. I tend to call these cues work it cues or shape it cues. First, shaping the pose so that students know where they're going. And then as you're holding them in the pose, that's when you would add some more cues to work it. That's when, say, a Warrior 1, you might play, say, to press the outside edge of the back foot down to engage the back leg, to plug the right knee towards midline, pull the right hip back, lengthen and lift the left side of the rib cage up towards the ceiling. But that all comes because the words are real estate, so words take up time in your 60-minute class. That all comes in the places where the poses are being held. So in the vinyasa flow, when we're truly moving one breath to movement, sometimes we're simply stating the postures. Hopefully, when that's what we're doing, then the class already has an understanding of the class or of the postures. But also what's happening is we may be throwing in some cues to shape the pose. So for example, moving from down dog to Warrior 2, inhale, step right foot forward, raise the arms high, bend the front knee, Warrior 1. And excuse me, I said Warrior 2, but I meant Warrior 1. So when I think of getting students into a pose with the cues to shape the pose, I like to aim or target 3 cues per pose. And when I can do that, I feel that it's more fluid and succinct for the students. And so they can catch on. So I will read through the script one more time for Surya Namaskar B, using the Warrior 1 and the Utkatasana, and also moving one breath to movement. Starting at the top of the mat, Samastitihi, hands at heart center. Inhale, sit hips low, reach arms high, Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, lift the chest, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, step or jump back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, lift the heart through, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, press hips back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, right leg forward, rise, Warrior 1. Exhale, hands to mat, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, left foot forward, Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Exhale, hands to mat, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, lift the heart through, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, press hips back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, bend knees, bring feet to hands. Inhale, lift the heart, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, rise the arms high, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hands to heart, Samastitihi. And you might notice too that sometimes I stumble over my words. And as a new teacher, that can really throw you off. So I just want to say, since it came out, I'll call it out. Keep going. You can always say, excuse me, and correct yourself. In general, what I notice is that the students usually are where they need to be anyway, so I don't need to make a big deal over it. Sometimes I can chuckle at myself. A little lightheartedness, a little levity, never hurt the yoga practice. So thank you, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Again, I'm Kristen Boyle. You can find me at kristenboyleyoga.com. I am a yoga teacher, primarily vinyasa and alignment. I also delve pretty deeply into the yoga philosophy, and I work privately as a yoga therapist. So if there is any way that I can help you in your yoga career or your life, please reach out to me. Namaste.